Hello, and thanks for joining Prism English.
Have you ever stopped and wondered what your brain is truly capable of? Most of us go through life using just a fraction of this incredible machine. We wake up, check our phones, go to work, deal with problems, come back home, scroll endlessly, and sleep again. Day after day, the brain becomes nothing more than a tool for survival. But hidden within it lies unimaginable power. Science tells us that the human brain contains about 86 billion neurons. To put that into perspective, that's more than the number of stars you can see on the clearest night sky. Each of these neurons forms thousands of connections, creating trillions of pathways. Your brain is not just an organ, it is a universe. And yet, most people never unlock this universe. They live only on the surface, never diving into the ocean of possibilities their brain holds. But the truth is, your brain is more powerful than you think. In this journey, we are going to explore 7 powerful lessons that will help you unlock your brain. These lessons are not about memorizing facts or doing complex math. They are about discovering the habits, the attitudes, and the ways of thinking that unleash the brain's full potential. Let's begin. Imagine trying to light a fire with the sun. You could sit outside for hours, letting sunlight fall on a piece of paper, but nothing would happen. Now, take a magnifying glass, concentrate those rays, and within seconds, the paper begins to burn. The energy was always there. It just needed focus. Your brain works in exactly the same way. Unfocused thoughts are scattered, weak, and easily distracted. Focused thoughts, however, have the power to transform your life. Think about Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. People remember his success, but few remember his focus. When he worked, he often became so absorbed that he forgot to eat or sleep. Friends would find him still in his workshop at sunrise, surrounded by broken wires and glass, but with his mind completely fixed on solving one problem. That intense concentration, repeated day after day, finally led to the invention that changed the world. Focus is not something you are born with. It is something you train. Today, our world is full of distractions. Social media notifications, endless videos, constant emails. These distractions scatter your mental energy. But if you can learn to remove them, to sit in silence, to dive deeply into one single task, your brain begins to operate at a new level. Practical ways to build focus. Start by practicing deep work. Choose one important task each day and work on it for 60 to 90 minutes without interruptions. Eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications, close unused tabs, put your phone away. Train your mind through meditation or mindful breathing. Even 10 minutes a day strengthens your ability to focus. When you focus, you multiply your brain power. What used to take you hours can now take minutes. What once seemed impossible becomes possible. Focus turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Your memory is not fixed. It is not a gift some are born with and others are not. Memory is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Think about the world's memory champions. These are ordinary people who can memorize thousands of numbers, long poems, or even the order of multiple decks of cards. How do they do it? Not because they were born different, but because they trained their brains using specific techniques. One powerful method is called the memory palace. The idea is simple. You imagine walking through a familiar place, such as your childhood home, and you place each piece of information in a room. If you need to remember a list of groceries, you might imagine apples on the couch, bread on the TV, milk spilling across the floor. Later, when you mentally walk through the house, each exaggerated image helps you recall the list perfectly. This is not just a trick. It reveals something deeper. Your brain remembers images, stories, and emotions far better than plain facts. If you want to strengthen your memory, don't just repeat information. Connect it with something meaningful. Practical steps. Use visualization. Turn boring information into vivid pictures in your mind. Use association. Connect new information with something you already know. Repeat actively. Don't just reread. Test yourself. Recall the information without looking. When you train your memory, you discover how much your brain can hold. Knowledge becomes easier to access. Ideas connect more quickly, and learning becomes faster. With a trained memory, you carry the power of the world inside your mind.
Picture a child exploring the world. Every object is a mystery. Every moment is filled with questions. Why is the sky blue? Why do cats purr? Why do leaves fall? That endless curiosity keeps the brain alive and growing. But something tragic happens as we grow older. Society teaches us to stop asking questions. At school, we are rewarded for having the right answer, not for asking better questions. At work, curiosity is often replaced with routine, and slowly, the brain loses its spark. Yet curiosity is the secret to lifelong intelligence. Take Leonardo da Vinci, for example. He painted the Mona Lisa, but he also studied anatomy, designed flying machines, experimented with water systems, and filled thousands of pages with observations. His genius was not just in talent, it was in relentless curiosity. Curiosity is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The more you ignore it, the weaker it grows. Here's how to rebuild it. Every day, ask at least one new question. Even something simple like, why is the moon visible during the day? Explore topics outside your comfort zone. If you're an engineer, read about philosophy. If you're a writer, learn some science. Treat life as a mystery. Instead of accepting answers, dig deeper. The habit of curiosity keeps the brain expanding. And when your brain expands, so does your world.
We often measure intelligence with IQ tests, numbers, logic, problem solving, but real success in life depends just as much on emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, manage, and use emotions wisely. Imagine two coworkers. One is brilliant, but easily angered, rude to others, and unable to handle criticism. The other is calm, empathetic, and knows how to inspire people. Who will rise higher in the long run? Almost always the one with emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence includes 4 key skills: self-awareness, recognizing your emotions as they happen; self-regulation, managing your impulses instead of being controlled by them; empathy, understanding what others feel even without words; social skills, building healthy relationships and resolving conflicts. Developing these skills doesn't just improve your relationships, it changes your brain. Studies show that practicing empathy or gratitude literally rewires neural pathways. making you calmer, more positive, and more resilient. Practical steps. Before reacting in anger, pause, breathe, and ask, "What am I really feeling?" Practice listening. Don't just wait for your turn to speak, truly hear what others are saying. Journal your emotions daily. Writing them down helps you process and manage them. When your brain learns to master emotions, you unlock a deeper form of intelligence, one that builds trust, inspires leadership, and creates harmony in your life.
Albert Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." At first, this sounds strange. Isn't knowledge what makes us smart? But knowledge only shows us what already exists. Imagination shows us what could exist. Every great invention began as imagination. The Wright brothers imagined flying long before airplanes were real. Steve Jobs imagined a phone that could also be a music player, a camera, and a computer. Writers imagine entire worlds, and scientists imagine theories before proving them. The brain has a unique ability. It can simulate reality. When you imagine something vividly, your brain fires neurons almost as if you were experiencing it. That means visualization is not fantasy, it is training. Athletes use it before competitions. Speakers use it before presentations. And you can use it before any important goal. Practical steps. Spend a few minutes each day imagining your ideal future. See it in detail, colors, sounds, feelings. Before a challenge, visualize yourself succeeding step by step. Allow yourself to daydream. Far from being a waste of time, it is often the birthplace of creativity. Imagination is not escaping reality. It is shaping reality before it arrives. Life will knock you down. That is guaranteed. But what happens next is up to you. Do you stay down or do you rise again? That ability to rise is called resilience. Your brain has something remarkable called neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire itself. This means no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how many failures you face, your brain can adapt, grow, and bounce back. Consider J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was a single mother struggling with poverty. Her manuscript was rejected by multiple publishers. Each rejection could have been the end, but her resilience kept her moving forward until one publisher finally said yes. The rest is history. Resilience does not mean you never feel pain or disappointment. It means you don't let them define you. You train your brain to see failure not as the end, but as a lesson. Practical steps. Reframe failure. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned." Build a support system of people who lift you up. Practice gratitude even during difficult times. It strengthens the brain's positive pathways. The stronger your resilience, the more unstoppable your brain becomes. The final key to unlocking your brain is simple but powerful. Never stop learning. Many people stop learning after school. They believe education ends with graduation. But science shows that the brain can continue to form new connections for as long as you live. People in their 70s or 80s have learned new languages, new instruments, even new careers. The truth is, your brain is like a garden. If you stop planting, weeds grow. But if you keep planting seeds of knowledge, the garden stays alive and beautiful. Practical steps. Read every day, even for just 20 minutes. Learn skills outside your profession: painting, coding, cooking, music. Challenge your brain with puzzles, languages, or creative projects. Lifelong learning keeps your brain young, flexible, and powerful.
Now you hold the keys. Focus, memory, curiosity, emotional intelligence, imagination, resilience, lifelong learning. Each of these is not just a lesson, it is a door. And behind these doors lies the life you were meant to live. Your brain is not limited. It is waiting to be unlocked. The question is, will you use the key?
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Prism English. We'll see you next time, where English isn't just learned, it's lived.